Okay. Hi. I'm your host tonight on What Matters at the Roundtable. Stanley West McPherson. July the 19th, 2016. We're live on Pegasus. You can call us here at the studio. Area code 607-272-0319. You might have something to say. You might want to be in on the discussion tonight. Or if you missed tonight, you can pick us up, broadcast on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Also, Thursday morning at 10:30 a.m. or Sunday at 3:30 p.m. But you can catch us tonight live on Pegasus on Channel 13, Time Warners, tonight at 7:30. Also with me here, co-host Milton Webb. Milton, how you doing?
Not bad, Stan. How are you?
Good, good. We want to talk more about the officers that was hurt, slain, killed. Three is hurt and 3 dead. We already told these people this was going to happen.
Right.
We told them that these officers are acting like gang members, and now people are saying enough is enough, and people now are taking matters in their own hands, vigilantes, you name it, whatever you call it. But the whole thing is that here's the catch. You got, officer maybe just start or in training, and he get gunned down, and he don't know nothing about what these other
Guys
gang members did.
Yeah.
Okay, and now he dead for something they done. So basically what you see is you're looking at something like, say, as, someone is getting killed because they put on the uniform and the badge and joined the gang, and now they are cut down, where that the ones that was doing all this dirt, ain't nothing happened to them yet. So I saw that, and I'm weighing, the odds on this, because I see a whole bunch. Then you see a lot of people where they get it and you don't get it. The one that did it don't get it, but the one that had nothing to do with it, he get it.
Well, you see, Stanley, in a lot of cases, in this case here particularly, you have a lot of cops that are good police officers. All right, you got some guys that are out there that's trying to uphold the law. You got some guys that's trying to be your friend. Like you say, these guys also pay the price for something that another police officer done.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is, it is a shame, but the people that are doing this don't really care.
Right.
So when it comes right down to it, the ones that's coming in behind them are talking about what happened here. Wait a minute, I don't know nothing about that.
Right.
Okay, you got the cops that, like the 2 cops that jumped that guy down in New Orleans. Was it New Orleans or was it Minnesota? The one where the guy told him he had his pistol, he had a license to carry, and they shot him anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, how you gonna tell a man, let me see your ID, and then all of a sudden, bang, he's dead? Like I say, there's a lot of good police officers out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's some guys out there that's really trying to do the job of a police officer. And it's a shame that it has to go this way to where people are getting shot down. But, this has been happening for not just years,
right.
Centuries.
Yeah.
I remember when I was little, how a guy told a guy, he pulled him over, and the next thing you know, the guy didn't have a gun or nothing, but he got shot.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, these guys that's doing the shooting, the police are putting these guys on administrative leave.
Yeah.
But they're paying them. So what kind of punishment is that?
That's true.
That's no punishment. You are training this man to shoot and wound this guy. And yes, they do train you to do that.
That's right.
All right? They do train you to wound him. They do train you to kill him. But there's a lot of guys you don't have to kill.
Right.
So wound the guy, all right? Because now you're taking a life, but you're not paying for that life. You're not going to jail. You're not doing whatever somebody else would have done. If it was Stanley or I, all right, you lock us up, and we sit there for 2 years waiting to go to court. Look, you want to stop all this killing, you want to stop all of this stuff, whether it's blacks, Hispanics, Mexicans, whoever, all right? You want to stop this? Start charging these guys for these murders. Stop giving them, leave at home with pay.
With pay, exactly.
Put them in jail.
That's right.
Investigate it. But don't you investigate it.
Independent.
Get someone else to investigate
Outside,
it.
that's right.
Get the FBI to investigate it. Get the CIA, get whoever it is, OSI, whoever you got to get to investigate it. But if your office investigates this guy that's in your office that shot this guy,
Exactly.
the first thing the judge is going to say, and the judge need to be checking this out also, he acted accordingly. How you going to say this man acted accordingly
You can't.
when this guy told him, I have a license to carry, I have a pistol?
Exactly.
Well, let me see your ID.
And it's outrageous.
Same with the guy in Minnesota or wherever. Now, you got these cops down in New Orleans, down in Texas, and all these cops that are being shot. That's a shame. And it really is. Because like I say, you have good police officers out there. But these bad police officers that think they're above the law, that want to shoot somebody just because. Now, those are the guys you got to look at. Those are the guys you got to run the check on. All right? Because of the simple fact, they're not upholding the law.
No, they're not.
They're breaking the law.
They're breaking it.
And for instance, I'll give you for instance, because the guy shot it with his cell phone, showed where the cop walked over there and threw the gun down by the guy after he shot him. So he could say, well, he was shooting at me.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing, in all of these cases, Ferguson, in all these cases, how many police officers were shot at? You mean to tell me
None of them.
you're sitting in your car and this guy is wailing on you? You don't know what to do. You pull your gun and shoot him. Open the door. Open the door, push him back, get out and subdue him. Take him to the ground. Do whatever it is you got to do.
You know what?
You don't have to shoot him.
They know what to do. They know hand-to-hand combat. They know all of that
They
stuff.
teach them that.
They go to the fields. They practice. They go to the gym. These are weightlifters, bodybuilders. They know what they're doing. They just want to shoot. They don't, and then they're using that as an excuse. Oh, he pulled the gun. Well, oh, his wallet, it looked like a gun. Oh, it was in the air. I couldn't see. It was a black object. This is what they do.
Yeah, but
and then here's the icing on the cake. He's got a record. Okay, he's been in prison, and so this is what they use. He's been in prison. He's got a record.
And that got to do
and
what?
So
With you shot him.
Exactly. That gives them the go-ahead to kill this man. But see, don't forget, they got the green light. The green light comes from upstairs. The commissioner. He gives them, don't forget, that's a roll call. He gives them the green light to do all of this stuff. So you can't say, oh, well, the officer, no. They got the green light. The green light is the commissioner telling them, shoot to kill, okay? That's why they're shooting a lot of people. Now what's happening is that they're getting shot back and killed. Now, you don't hear the commissioner talking no more.
Hey, but now it's totally different.
Yeah.
Now you're cop killers. But what happened to the people that you killed? What happened to them? What happened to the people that you killed? All right? You're not being investigated.
They're not being
You're
held
not being
accountable for it.
held accountable for that. But you shot these people. So how can you say now all of a sudden, these people are tired of being shot at. They don't know if they're going to come home that night when they leave the house in the morning. They don't know. And this is why people are getting shot.
Yeah.
This is why these people are shooting back at the police officers. And like I say, you got some police officers that are out there that are good police officers.
And now you can't even call.
You can't tell.
You can't even call the police no more.
Nope.
Say it was just I want him out of my house, and they call the police, and guess what? The police kill a guy, and The girl is saying, oh man, I didn't want that to happen. You killed him.
Yeah.
And I just wanted him out of my house. Now he's dead because someone called the police. So now you can't even call the police for nothing, because you know why? Because if you call them, they gonna wind up killing the person. So you better say, listen, you just go, because if the police come, they're gonna kill you, because you know they shoot to kill anyway. So you need to tell the person, listen, I'm not calling the police. You just go, because you know why? Because they might shoot to kill, okay? So I don't want to be responsible for what they do. And this is what, now people are going to be afraid to call the police, because they already know what they're going to do. They ain't going to arrest you. They ain't going to tell you leave, because that's all they can say, but they won't say it. They'll shoot and ask questions later when you're in the morgue, you know, and that's ridiculous. So people now, they're not being protected. They're not upholding the law.
No.
I wouldn't call them. No. Listen, I deal with it myself. I don't need you. I don't need the police. No, we don't need that.
The whole thing about it is, it's more or less like, you know, the more you try to do and try to keep things right, the more something happens, the more something comes up. And then when these police officers do what they do, then all of a sudden, all these people in office, they get mad when the people take arms and take it into their own hands.
Yeah.
How you gonna mess around here and tell me that it was justified for that man to shoot that man, but that man didn't have a gun? That man didn't have it, so it was justified how? You're in the court of law, all right? And the first thing a judge will tell you, well, I don't think my police officer did that.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Where was you at when all this shooting was going on?
Exactly.
Okay. So now, how you gonna say that? And who are the people that are investigating this?
Thank you.
Nobody don't know. Nobody knows. So when it comes right down to it, people of color just out of luck.
They basically, you can say that, because that's what they're doing. They hunting them. You know, they're making them a target. You know, they're making you like, you know, that you like a piece of meat. Okay, stock.
You're on the hunt.
Okay, you know, on the prey. This is what they're doing, and no one is doing nothing. Now, I don't feel sorry for those ones that got shot. It's the family that I feel sorry for. But the ones that got it, I don't feel sorry for them, because don't forget, you lining up. The Bible says you live by the sword, you're gonna die by the sword. Okay, so that's what you got. That's what you got. It's the family that's got to suffer.
I feel the people that was doing the shooting, all right, on administrative leave, they are sitting at home while their comrades, their buddies, their police officer friends are out there getting shot. And these aren't the guys that should be getting shot. The guys that should be getting shot at home on administrative leave.
You're right.
All right, so now when it comes right down to it, this is where it comes wrong. Because this guy, like you said, just got here today, put on the badge and the shirt, put on the gun, the taser, and all that stuff. He walked outside, and the next thing you know, it broke loose. The bottom fell out. Everybody's shooting, and it's like, hey, wait a minute. I didn't get a chance to walk the beat or nothing. Everybody's shooting. But these guys that was doing the shooting, doing the killing, are sitting at home.
Exactly.
Safe. The ones that aren't safe are the ones that probably didn't have nothing to do with it. Now all of a sudden you're raining bullets down on them. Okay? Like old boy said, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Yeah. You send one of mine to the hospital, I'm sending 3 of yours to the morgue. Okay, look. You're not going to accomplish nothing that way. Nothing's going to get accomplished. But the only way you're going to get accomplished and things are going to run better is if when these policemen start shooting and killing people, you act just like they're civilian.
Exactly.
When you start putting them in a civilian position, they'll stop shooting and they'll stop killing. And the people on the other side will stop shooting and stop killing police officers. When you sit there and you look at it, that's the solution. That's the solution. Now, I understand that if the guy is waving a gun and he's going crazy and he's shooting everywhere, okay, but you still don't have to kill him. You can shoot him in the shoulder, the leg, the arm, but you still don't have to kill him. So find out why the guy is going off like this. Because if you kill him, you'll never know. The only thing you're going to be able to say is, hey, well, you know, this guy just got out of jail.
Yeah.
Just because the man is in jail don't necessarily mean he's a bad guy.
That's right. Right now, just a while ago, a 14-year-old guy, he did 8 years for a murder, and it wasn't him. And he got out, and he was crying because he said all these years they had the evidence.
Yeah.
They had the evidence to get him out, but they didn't get him out of there. And he could have been killed in there. And he was a minor when he went in, 14.
Well, you see, the whole thing about it is they don't care.
Right.
Because now they got somebody for that crime. So it is, I put it to you like the one guy, I can't think of his name. He went to jail. He did 14 years on death row. All right. You know how he got out of jail? Some students was studying his case.
Okay.
And you know what they found out? The car that was used in the robbery, that was used to do the killing, was a 4-door car, and the man had a 2-door. So sometimes it's just that simple.
Yeah.
But you know, you get a lot of these guys that are corrupted, that are wearing that badge.
Yeah.
All right? We got a victim. We got this case locked up, sold up.
Yeah.
How you gonna tell me that you was cross town, but you shot this man over here on this side of town? But now, the man done lost his family,
Yeah.
his job, his house, his dignity, and everything. His wife is married to another guy. His children are calling somebody else daddy.
Destroyed the man's life.
Destroyed the man's life. Now you gonna let him out of jail after 14 years and give him money and tell him we're sorry?
Yeah.
It took students to realize that it wasn't him. The same thing with the guy, the hurricane, the fighter. He went to jail for what? 10 years, 12 years? Before they even let him out of jail, before anybody even investigated to say it wasn't him. Because the one cop that locked him up didn't like him because he lost money on his fight. So, you know,
You can see
all of this thing about skin color and all of that other stuff, this is 2016, not 17 or 16. You guys need to get with it, man.
But they're using that. They're playing that, and they still were racist from that point. And there's no justice. You know, you could tie that woman's face, you know, with a handkerchief and blind her. You know, listen, you can. That's why they do that. You know, because justice is blind, and that's why they tie her face up like that, because it is blind. Because they choose to be blind. They don't want to see it. And the evidence be in their face, and they don't want to see it. They don't want to see, well, you're not the guy because you've been across town and you have cameras that show that you was in the supermarket over across town. You had a receipt that you bought something that you was across town, but they still refuse to use all that as evidence, and they still want to put you at the scene of some crime because somebody said, Caucasian woman said, that was you. That looked like you, that was you. And so she put you from where the camera's at in the supermarket at and your receipt, and she put you over there in a crime. And then they just pulled you right out of here. So justice is blind, and it's been blind, and it still is blind. You know, and this is why they do this. That's why the lady is tied up. Okay, her face is tied because it's blind.
Because she can't see who's doing what.
Exactly.
You know, and the whole thing about it is everybody goes, well, the justice system is this, the justice system is that. You know what? The justice system got holes in it too.
Justice system is broken.
All right? It got holes in it. It got holes in it, but they don't want to tell you that.
They don't want to tell you.
Because they making money off of you.
Exactly. It's a con artist. It's a scam. They making money, okay? They don't care who it is that goes in. All they're counting in is the money, okay? The fines, the surcharges. Okay, the state gets their money, the $42,000 or $52,000. Now it's probably $50,000 for an inmate. Okay, Rikers Island and the county, you know, upstate. This is what they do. So these are people, we cattle. And that now with the green light is to haul them in. Okay? The summer is coming, haul them in, bring the money in. This is what they do. And we, as a people, ain't waking up to this to see, And so the Second Amendment, they talk about don't bear arms. The NAR, NRA, they listen, they doing what they doing. They paying to keep their guns on the street, okay? They paying lobbyists to keep their guns on the street, But there's something into that, though. You want to look at it and see that why you can't bear arms.
Right.
Why do they have to bear arms? You need to protect yourself because right now, it's crazy, So you need to protect yourself, your family, So the Second Amendment, it's all good, But don't just let one side bear arms. Let everybody bear arms.
That's right.
Everybody need to uphold. But everybody need to taste the fruit of the Second Amendment.
When it comes right down to it, and I'll say it again, when it comes right down to it, there are some good police officers out there, but all of these guys that are doing wrong make them look bad. And it hasn't gotten bad yet to where a lot of people here in Ithaca can sit back and look at it and notice it. It's just little stuff that goes on here. But these big cities, you go down to New York City, there's people down there getting killed and nobody ain't even saying nothing about it. And it's just not blacks, white, and Hispanics. It's everybody.
Right.
Everybody. If you're a white guy and you're poor, you don't get no help. You don't get no help.
No, you're not getting nothing.
You're not getting no help. You're just like everybody else because you can't pay your bill, you can't do this, you can't do that. You've been in jail 4 or 5 times, in and out, petty crimes and this and that, so you're frowned upon. You know what? Help these people, rehabilitate them. And everybody said, oh, you know what? It's a lot harder to do. And yes, it is a lot harder to do than to say it. But you know what? You got to give them something. And all you guys are giving them is a bullet.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
And they don't want to give them, no job.
No.
They don't want to give them centers and things to do, working with their hands, athletes. The afternoon center after school used to be lovely. We used to go to these things.
Right.
That's how we became track stars and stuff like that. But they don't want to bring none of that back here. All they want to do is keep the kids on the corner, keep them in the street, have them looking at drugs so you can profile them. You profile them that they're a drug, that they're using, or that they're holding, that they're selling, because you don't want them to do nothing. You
Right.
don't want them. You want them to be just like you want them in the prison, doing nothing, knowing nothing, And this is a plot. This is a setup. This is a scam. This is what they're doing to black folks, Spanish, Latinos. They're doing it to everyone that is not like them, okay? Means you ain't got it like them. You ain't got the money like them. And you ain't their color, okay? So this is what they do. And so people need to wake up in these communities. They need to wake up with their own kids. I see people got their children following them when they crossing the street. The kids is behind them. A car can come in and knock them over.
Yep.
Bowl the kids over. The kid's supposed to be right next to you. That's your pride and joy. You keep your kids next to you, not behind you. Kids you can't see from behind you. The kids got to be in front of you or beside you.
Yep.
But don't let them be behind you. I see
That happened last week.
I know. I see women, kids. She got her kids behind them. A car can come over and knock the kids down, run over them, and keep going. This is what the youth we try to preserve, but they don't want. They're trying to kill the kids, trying to kill them off. So people need to know that. They need to be aware of this. Listen. You worrying about cyber attacks. You worried about internet fraud. You need to look at the food. You need to look at your children. You need to look at what's going on, okay? And we need to know. And if you don't know, and your own kids is not aware of this, you don't bring them aware. If you're not watching out for them, hey, listen, you're a target. you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And people can be a target.
Yes, they can. And the thing about it is, the thing that really gets me is, all right, and it's gonna be out there all the time. These kids are sitting up here looking at these drug dealers like they're doing something because them look like they're making money. All right, they're not making no money. You know, it's a shame to have a kid look at a person that's not really doing nothing to benefit himself, theirself, or the community, or nothing. And I'm not saying, you know, everybody needs a job. Everybody can't get a job. And I don't fault nobody for the way they think they got to live or what they got to do to live. All right? But parents, get a hold of your kids. Tell them things. Show them the ins and the outs. Like I told my boss one time, he said, well, why do you think that all of this stuff is happening about these kids and, you know, child protective services and all this? I said, because there's no the person that wrote that book, Don't Spank Your Kids, he ain't had no kids.
That's right.
Okay? Because if he did, he would have never wrote that book.
Right.
Or she, they would have never wrote that book. There's no repercussions at home. There's no repercussion. There is nothing, oh, I could do this here, you can't do nothing to me. All right? There's no repercussions at home. Y'all start chastising them kids, I guarantee you, you won't have to worry about what your kid is doing out there in that street. Give them a book. Hey, I want you to read that book. I want you to tell me what happened in that book.
Yeah.
You won't have that problem about your kids being out in the street. And as far as them being mannish, oh, talking back, oh.
Exactly. They won't be talking to no that.
Look, when we was coming up, there was no such thing as telling mama nothing or saying nothing to daddy, because because what they said was law, that's what happened. That's what it was.
Or a 4-year-old baby, a 4-year-old child telling you, a grown man, he's a liar.
Oh, no.
Listen, we get beat by everybody that's in that house, beat us, and my mama and daddy will beat us when we come in. So we'll be beaten, thrown through the line. Oh, you called
said
somebody a liar? What? Man, that word wouldn't even be heard.
Nope.
But now, listen, man, 4-year-old girl,
Stanley.
A liar?
Stanley. The thing about it is, there's no repercussions, because a child will tell you, if you do anything to me, you put your hands on me, I'm calling CPS. My answer to that is, go and lock the door, take them down in the basement, and explain to them. Now, they can't get in until I open the door. Me and you gonna box.
But you know what? That's our time. And we let you know that enough is enough. And guess what? It's the families that suffer on the cop killings.
That's right.
Not the cops, it's the family. And so, we see you next time. Good night.
Peace.
Farmer stress, farmer feel oppressed. The food that we grow, we should not export. But the food that we grow, we see them import. Importation stun the growth of the Jamaican dollar. Fail the economy, then them bow to IMF, trying to pass them tests.
And with some seeds now, I'm the planter. Digging deep to find the essence of living.